Hello everyone, welcome. So today we will be modeling this comfy bed. So let's get started. Okay, so we begin. So I'm creating a box. This is just a dummy box reference for the size dimension. We don't have to worry about it. Okay, so we need to have some sort of a reference guide. Okay, and then this one is for the headboard height. Okay, so I need to snap it. So the main box is the overall boundary for my bed. So now I'm creating the basic shape from the side view using the line tool. Okay, so create points, vertex, whatever it is, and then let's finish it, and then I can adjust it or tweak it. Okay, and then snapping it to the boundary there. Okay, now I think I can add the fillet to get that curve. So you can see we are already getting that shape somewhat. Okay, so of course it needs further tweaking, and I can remove this vertex and this one. Okay, so bring this to the side all the way, add extrude maybe to the other side. Okay, so now what I need to do is okay, so this box is annoying at the moment, so give some transparency, X-ray mode. Okay, so let me select and add shell. So I need to give the thickness, and you can add more to this, more thickness. So we are already getting that shape, basic shape. Okay, add more to it, and then we can start tweaking it. Okay, so add the mesh smooth, and now you can see we need to add more division to fine tune the shape. Okay, so select the edges and then connect, and we can slide the new edge loop. Okay, same goes for the bottom one. Okay, and right click 0. Okay, so now we can see it, and then right there. Fine. Now for this part you can select the edge loop. Okay, select all and then deselect. Here I can give the chamfer. Okay, so select the chamfer. Okay, and now as you can see I can control the shape. Okay, and then this can be further adjusted. Okay, let me bring it down further more, and now I can apply the chamfer. Alright, now let's move on, and I need to select all of the edges, so ring it, and then to add more detailing to control the mesh smooth shape. Okay, so this side I need to have a little bit more harder curve. Okay, and now I need to adjust the pivot point and center it to the dummy box so that I can eventually symmetry the side profile. Alright, so here I can select the pivot point, that's what I have to do, and it will match to the center of the object, and I only need the x-axis. Okay, x-axis. Alright, now I can apply the symmetry modifier. Okay, so now I can select the correct axis, and so this is the one. Fine. Now what I need to do is, first I can hide these reference boxes. Okay, so give it a name and just right click, hide. Okay, so I need to create that connection, the bridge or whatever you want to call it. So what I can do is maybe I can duplicate not yet. Okay, so this is the selection. So what I need to do is invert the selection to delete what I don't need. This is the one I need, so I will invert the selection and delete it. Okay, so the mesh smooth is gone, collapse it. So now I need to extrude this, but before that I can create a reference rectangle to get the exact width. So I can snap from one point to the other and I can copy that value. Now I can come back to this shape and yeah, that's the one. Add shell for the thickness and I can paste that value. Okay, paste. So this is the exact width. After applying the mesh smooth, of course we have to add more detail edge loops to control the shape. Okay, and all the way, just a little bit. Alright, fine. I think I should add more and then select all the vertex and then just scale it. Just scale it in the x-axis just to close in the gap. Alright, so now I need to modify the shape here. So yeah, I have to do it. So I have to delete the edit poly and so let me make this corner. I don't need to use the fillet. Okay, so I can just scale it up and add a division, add a point. Fine, and now I can define the shape. Now you can see, now the mesh smooth will give me a better curve. Fine, and of course I have to add the edge loop again. Okay, so you don't have to watch this, so I'll just show for the top part and slide it to the end. Okay, fine. Now we will add the edge loop, alright, to control the shape like we did the last time. I'm just repeating the process. Alright, so this happens a lot, okay, so now what we need to do is, we can see, so the headboard, we can repeat the same process. So this time what I can do is select the faces, the polygon, and then extract it as a clone. Okay, so now I have this object, and when I apply the shell, it remembers that old value. Alright, so I convert it to editable poly, and then I am going to adjust a little bit in the left view. Okay, and then add more division to it because I have to apply the mesh smooth, and from this side as well, and slide it outwards. Let's apply the mesh smooth. Okay, maybe I need to adjust it, the length of it. So from the side view, I guess, let's give this a little bit more bump there. Okay, yeah, just to give that depth. Fine. Alright, so let's just bring this up a little bit. Yeah, this is just to the personal liking. Okay, and then we can create the bed cushion finally. All right, let's bring it up, add extrude. All right, can yeah, fine. Let's change the color. Okay, something subtle, and let's align it to the center. Okay, same process, x axis, pivot point, center, and click OK. Yeah, now I can add edge loops, so I can apply the mesh smooth. Okay, so from the side as well, from the top as well, and now apply the mesh smooth. Fine, let's adjust it a little bit more, and let me duplicate this and change the color. And as you can see, I'm creating the bottom side support for the bed cushion. Okay, let's bring this down following the side profile. Okay, so don't be confused. This is just duplicating the bed cushion and then just adjusting it so that it's only showing through the profile shape kind of a thing. And this part I will delete it later. Okay, I will delete it from the bottom. Yeah, okay, just bring this in a bit more. Let's isolate it, and then I will create a bridge, just a continuation from this side as well. Okay, let's adding more edge loop so that I can apply we already have the mesh smooth, so it can control the shape. Okay, and then slide the vertex. So now you understand what I was trying to do. Okay, so now let's create the legs. It's just a simple circle extruded, and let's reduce the steps, edit poly, and we can select the top face, bottom face, and control click edge to select the edges, and we can give a chamfer. Okay, we can apply the mesh smooth. Okay, and let's increase the size a bit, bring the bed down, and let's adjust the lighting, default lighting at 2 lights. Select apply to all, and now we can see better. Okay, duplicate it to the other side, and then just bring it, align it there, almost there. Okay, let's create the bed cloth, the cover. Okay, and let's change the color. Now we can give a little bit of thickness, add the shell modifier, reduce the thickness. Okay, yeah, and now we can add the mesh smooth, increase the iteration to 2. Yeah, now it's looking better. Okay, so this is how it is done with a little bit more tweaking, and you can do the tweaking to your liking. Hello everyone. In this video I will be building the entire scene from floor to walls, windows, ceiling, and continuing from the bed that we already modeled. So sit tight, and this is very good for the beginners. So let's continue. Okay, so I will create a box for the walls and the ceiling box, and click this to snap, or the shortcut S for sugar, So click and drag and snap. Okay, and then that is the height. I should have done the other way. Alright, so let's say the height is 3 meter. Okay, alright, so now in my perspective view, let me turn on the shading. So what I have to do is first of all isolate and delete the bottom part, so I can add edit poly and delete this part if I want to. Let's say I will extract it actually instead of deleting. So detach, no clone, so click OK. Okay, let me change the lighting, default lighting to 2 lights, and now you can see the you will notice the difference. Apply to all views, click OK. So now there is multiple light, more than one. Sorry. So as you can see, the flooring is separated and my wall is separated with the ceiling. You might not see ceiling that much, but yeah. Okay, so I can exit the isolation, and if I go to my top view, press T. Let me bring this bed somewhere here. Okay, and maybe I can just bring this on the side a little bit. Okay, so let me I will be having 2 windows, large windows, and then there will be a column in between separating the window. Okay, so I will begin by creating a rectangle, something like this. Okay, so let me make it round figure, let's say 200, and shift right click, turn on midpoint, so I can just snap to the midpoint of this line. You can see it's ready to snap, so just leave the mouse, it should snap to the center, and then I can extrude. 300 is correct, and now I should create a camera actually. Press C and then shift F. Oh, it's already shift F, sorry. With the camera selected, let me adjust the focal length, something like this. Okay, let's turn on the shading. So this looks quite big. I can reduce the length, something like this. Alright, fine. So let's begin to add some division. Click one edge, ring, and so I can apply connect to add edge loops. So make it equal, something like this, and then I need division on these 2 sides as well. Okay, something like this. So you can, let me show you in the perspective what is happening. Press P and I'm out of the camera. So this is what I'm trying to adjust. Click OK, and I need one more here, the equal gap, I need to bring it here. Okay, so okay, I don't want to select the edges over there. Okay, right click, connect. Okay, so let's bring this down just somewhere equally, roughly. Click OK. So now these two I am planning to make my window. Alright, fine. What I can do is extract it, detach, and click OK. I can give it a different color, something different, little bit. Alright, so this is the column and this is my window opening, and this needs some thickness. Okay, so let me push this back. Before I do it, let me show you a way to record this position without animating. So Alt right click, freeze transform, freeze transform. Okay, just click yes, and now if I move it and do the thing that I want to do, shell, give some thickness. Okay, maybe 10, so that's good enough. Now if I want to bring this back, again alt right click, with this selected, just go to transform to 0. Ta-da, back to the original position. Alright, but I want to take this back somewhere here, and then I would like to give a frame, a window frame, and then the rest will be the glazing. Okay, so the way I can do it is select the faces, the polygon is selected, so right click, bevel, so I can get the bordering. Maybe that should be enough. -5, let's say -5. Okay, click OK. No extrude, I don't know, just right click. Let me go to the perspective and see what is happening with my, if I enter 0 and then click OK, now this should be okay. Let me isolate again. I would like to extract, separate the glazing from the frame, detach, click OK, and then what I can do is, just for visual purpose, I can give a different color just so we can see it easily and then modify it if we want to. So the frame needs to have some thickness. Shell, let's do it on the other side, something like this, 4, let's say. Okay, exit the isolation, going back to my camera view. So I have my frame, I have my glazing. The glass also needs little bit thickness, so something like 1 centimeter maybe. Fine, so this is what I would like to do. I have to adjust the camera, but let me continue building it. I can add a skirting. So the way I will do a skirting, I will draw a line from the top view connecting. Let me show you then. Let me select the column and just the walls, isolate. I'll go to the top view, press T, and what is happening here? Let me check the shell modifier. Although it's not visible, noticeable, but if I just check the straighten corners, that will fix it. Yeah, let me show you again. So with that off, it was showing this weird uneven thickness, so now this is even. Okay, time for the skirting. So right click, select line, and turn on the snap. Then you can see the shortcut, keyboard shortcut S. Okay, so S. And then I need to turn off this midpoint snapping. So again, shift, right click, and then click midpoint to untick it. Now I can start drawing it. Okay, what I can do is hold shift to keep this in the straight line. Okay, and then click, and then I can just continue clicking. Now I don't want to snap to this line. I want to keep aligned to this line. So if I press shift to here, so you can see it snapping. So just keep the mouse away, click. Okay, now it's good. And then I can just complete the creation. Now if I go to the camera, this is my line that I created. If I press extrude, you will see what happens. Okay, the skirting is 10 centimeter, but this is not the way I want it. Okay, so it's creating the entire face. It's a normal box extrude. What I need to do is the couple of ways. So this is the way I will do for now, so I can adjust the thickness. Okay, so let me select the face of this top and the face of the bottom. Now I only have this side wall of its kind of thing, one face. Now it needs the thickness, so I can add shell, and it's the opposite direction, and I can give the thickness to my skirting. Okay, oopsie, Alt Z is not giving me the camera control. Okay, let me just zoom in. Fine, I cannot do that, so I'll do it manually. So here's my skirting. So 1.5 maybe. It's too much actually. Let's give it 1. Okay, so this is all good. So we can come out of the isolation. So we have the wall, ceiling, flooring, skirting, column, windows, everything is there. Okay, let me adjust the size of the carpet. This is actually the carpet. So let's go to the top view. The top view, and I want to adjust it. So if I add editable spline and just adjust the point. So let me just select all and make it convert to corner. So I don't have these Bezier handles. Okay, click corner. Okay, so now if I just adjust the carpet, something like this roughly, and then bring this down somewhere here roughly. Okay, so we have our carpet, we have our flooring, but we have to adjust the face direction. So if I check this back face, you can see that the face is flipped, so we can flip it, apply the normal modifier, that will fix it. Okay, and then collapse to editable poly. Same goes for the wall, but now we have thickness to it, so that is not a concern anymore. What I need is I need a curtain box, so that I can hide the handle, the hanging of the curtain, so we'll just see the curtain coming down. Okay, so very simple. You can just create a small rectangular box here to here and here to here. So right control, right click, rectangle, and then we can just draw it. Just it can go, it can penetrate, we will not see it. And then the front view, bring this up. Where is my ceiling height? Okay, let's say 300. So this will come down from my ceiling, extrude down to, let's say I convert to editable poly, and then select my vertex, snap it. Okay, so it is aligned. Let's see the perspective. Okay, just bring this forward a little bit. Okay, the same thing we can just copy or just extend it. It's not noticeable, just extend it. Yep. So now we have the curtain box, and now we are almost there. Setting up our scene, I have to adjust the camera. I have to add in my side tables and armchair table, armchair and floor lamp. We'll be doing it shortly. Hello and welcome. So now I can start bringing in other stuff and populate the scene. Okay, so I will start bringing in, start the process. Okay, let's bring in the armchair. Okay, this is the armchair, a free model that I downloaded. Okay, so I can position it something like this as per the camera. Oops, something like this. Maybe I can adjust the camera, can adjust it further later. Okay, so this is the armchair. Let me make sure this is not floating and this is actually touching the floor. Okay, there shouldn't be a gap between the chair and the floor. So I'll go to the front view. Okay, this is perfect. Fine. Okay, so I will bring the other stuff. Let's bring in the floor lamp. Okay, auto rename. Where is it? Okay, here it is. And this one I need to adjust. So let me select the flooring, isolate, and in my front view I can adjust the height. So let me bring this here so I can easily snap. So press S to turn this on, and then click and drag to this point, so it can snap right in the place. So make sure you have this snap setting on. When you right click this, you get this snap setting. Go to the option, make sure you have this enabled. So when you have this enabled, you can just click when you see you are able to snap. So you can click and drag and then just attach. When you disable this, you can no longer do the thing. It will just follow your mouse movement. So when you are constrained, when you do a constraint to the axis, so whichever axis you start moving, it will stick to that axis. Okay, yeah, if your x axis is enabled, so when you move, it only moves in that axis, no matter where your mouse goes, up and down, it will maintain the x-axis. Okay, that's enough for the axis thing. So going back to the camera view, And if I go to my plan view, so let me just bring this in somewhere here. Okay, and then going back to the camera view. Fine, so I'll just leave it there as is. So let me bring more stuff. Let me bring in more stuff. So let's bring in the site table. Again, auto rename, apply to all duplicates, auto rename. Okay, where is it? So my site table is here. So I'll go to my plan view, press T, F3, and then I can put this on the side. As you can see, the site table height is quite high. Okay, so visually I can reduce it, but before doing that, this is perfectly snapping to the floor. Okay, let me isolate this and let me change the pivot point and bring the pivot point to the bottom. The easiest way we can do is, we know this is already sitting perfectly on the floor, so open the group. So this is a group container, right? Okay, so I can do, what I can do is affect the pivot only and then adjust the height. Yeah, so just right click to make it 0. That's it. So now when you close the group, just enable and disable, it will go back to the thing. So now if I want to, again same thing, when you press the scale button, do the same thing, affect pivot only, so it will snap, so it will update actually. Now if I want to scale, it will maintain its position on the floor and then only adjusting the height. Okay, fine. So my camera view, let me place this here first and adjust the height. It's quite high, you know, something like this, and then duplicate it here, something like this, make it instance. If I go to my perspective view, and then fine, this is fine, you just get the idea. I need to bring in the table lamp, open. Okay, it's loading. Fine, so wherever it is, what I can do is press Alt A and click the site table. Okay, and then this is the position, you just click OK. So now I have this. Let's select the site table and isolate. I'll go to my front view and let me adjust the height and the size. Alright, so the pivot point is perfectly fine, so just enable the snap and then click and drag and then snap it to the top of the site table. Now what I need is, I don't need this cable, so if I go to my element and then select, yeah, this is separated by elements, so I can just select and delete. I don't need it. Fine, now I can adjust the height of this lamp. Okay, this side is not visible in the camera, but I have to adjust the height. So if I go to my front view, it's auto saving, very important, let it happen. Okay, I'll scale this down just a little bit, something like this, and then I can duplicate it, instance. and then just make it centered to the table. Let's see how it's coming in the camera. Fine. So what else is remaining? What else is remaining is my side table, is armchair, curtain, yes. So let's import the curtain. Okay, it's loading. Whoa, fine. So I can rotate it. Let me go to my plan view. Okay, let me adjust the position of it. Press A so I can snap. Press A so I can snap to this value. Is it 10 percentage? So when I move, oh sorry, it's 5. This is the one, 5 degree. So I'll reach perfect 90 degree. Okay. Auto saving. Okay, so if I go to my camera view and then adjust it, bring this up, then bring it forward, something like this. Let me select this curtain box. Let's adjust. So this group I don't need, can delete. So I can focus on one side only. Let's go to my front view and let's try to identify what is happening. The first thing that I need to do is delete. Open the group and I can delete these. They are not visible. I don't want to show it. That's the reason we have this box. Fine. What I need to do is, let me delete these two. So I have only one and one. Fine. We move this in place and then push this back a bit. Fine. So if I exit, if you notice, sorry, camera view, I need to bring this down. So the way I can do it, the easiest way is just to scale it, you know. Something like this. Okay, and then let me select the flooring and then check from the front view. Yeah, this much is okay enough. Fine. So I have my curtain. I can duplicate this on the other side. Something like this. Right, instance maybe. Fine, so I have my curtain, armchair. What else is remaining? I need to bring in some of the wall feature here. So import, merge. This is the one. Open, apply to all, auto rename. Where is it? Okay. Alright. So let me select the wall and isolate. So going back to my plan view, I can just easily position it, rotate it 90, and then just push it. So in my perspective, press P. So you can just push this back a bit. Okay. So from my camera view, I can position it, exit the isolation. So something like this, center to the bed. And if you want, I can increase the size just a little bit, something like this. Okay, and let me check what is happening here. So this ribbon, let me give some thickness to it. Shell. Let's reduce the value. So let's say I'll give a small value about 0.04, and I can apply mesh smooth and then increase the value. Okay, so I can copy mesh smooth, control click shell, and then right click copy. And let me see if I need to do the same thing over here. So right click paste. Yes, same thing here. Okay, right click paste. Fine. And then this one I can just give a different color so I can easily tweak it. Fine. Exit. Now what else is remaining? I need to bring in rather actually create the artwork for this column here. Okay, so let me select this, and then let's go to the side view and let's create a rectangle for the frame, something like this. Okay, 101 and 70 just to make it a round figure, and press Alt A and click this so that I can make it center to the object. So I need the x-axis. Okay, pivot or center, both are doing the same thing at the moment. So click OK. So now what I need to do is just attach it, snap it, and then give an extrude value of -4, -3. Fine. So I have to repeat the same process to get the frame out of it. So apply edit poly, select the polygon, delete, select the polygon, delete, and then I can apply the shell modifier and adjust the values. Okay, right click, control right click, select rectangle, and then snap is enabled, so just click and drag. That's it. So this is going to be my placeholder for the actual art. Okay, apply extrude, reduce the value, something like this. Yeah, and for this one I can just add some detail. For example, let's apply a chamfer modifier. There you go. So we can adjust the value, reduce the amount, and then we can just increase just a little bit, let's say 0.25. Okay, so we can adjust the let's group this, select the frame and the art, control G to group. Okay, exit the isolation, and let's adjust. This is already in center and the height looks just about fine. What else is remaining? I think then we can start applying the finishes. Okay, then let's begin. Okay, so before we adjust or apply the materials, let's adjust our camera first. So click this, select camera target, and then we can then adjust the position. Okay, something like this, and maybe I can dolly the camera back just a little bit, here, and then I can adjust the position of the armchair. Maybe alt right click, select local. Yeah, so if you see from the top view, so I'm adjusting with the local x-axis and y-axis. Right, alt right click, and then we can make it back to normal. Same thing I can do with this, adjust it back to the camera view, something like this. Oh, looks fine. Now we can begin for the material. So let's begin. I will open up the material editor. Fine. Okay, so what I need to do now, isolate, perspective, let's go closer, and then open the group. Fine. So let's apply the artwork for this one. So this is the one, you can just give it a name, artwork. Artwork. Okay, let's click this. I will select Corona bitmap. Okay, so let's begin. This is the one. Click to apply, and then I can click to show in the viewport. All I need to do is apply the UVW map, and it's already fine. Okay, so this one I need to apply the black finish. So here I can give it a name, black frame. And I can just give it just a dark tone, not completely black. Okay, just click and drag and drop it. Fine. So let's give a little bit of shine to it. Double click, so increase the level, and then reduce the glossiness, something like this. Okay, that's all good. So let's select our, and let's adjust our UV value. Yeah, just increase the height and maybe the width just a little bit, just one tick. Okay, cool. So going back to the camera view, so we are done with the artwork. So now the next thing is, what I need to do is, let's work on the carpet. Okay, again same thing, carpet. We'll just click this Corona bitmap, and we will select the rug texture and just click to apply, show in the viewport, and let's apply the UVW map, and then we can adjust it. Isolate, perspective view, and let's play with the value. Fairly simple there. Just click to expand it, and that's about it. Exit. Fine. So what else is remaining? So we have our side table. Fine. So isolate, perspective, come a little bit closer. Okay, this one what I need to do is apply wood, and the rest will be brass. So the way I will be doing it, is let's make use of our inbuilt material library from Corona. Okay, let's go to the wood section and let's select this cherry semi-gloss. It is auto saving, but you should always do the auto saving. So click and drag and drop it. Just wait for it to load, and now I can just rename it wood side table. Okay, and I can select it and click to apply. Let's apply the UVW map and select box, and let's give the value 111. Okay, so I can adjust the height even more. So let's say 0.2 for all, 0.2. Okay, so that's it for the top part. So let's open up the library again and let's go for the metal section, and then let's look for that brass that I want to apply. Where is it? Okay, this is the one, clean, or let's say brushed clean. This is the one. Okay, fine. So I have it. So I will select this, control select this, control select this, all at once. I can just click and apply. I don't like the way it shows black in the viewport. What we can do is, this is where the color is happening. So when you click this, when you go inside, just say show in viewport. Now you can see. If you want to adjust, you can adjust. Maybe give a little bit more color, more darkness, a little bit. Fine. When you render, the effect should be visible. So now visually I can say this is not black, this is something else. Okay, so that is instance, so it is already having the same material supplied. Fine. Now what is remaining is, let's say, our armchair. Okay, so click it and isolate. We'll go to the perspective view. Fine. So same thing we can do. Open the group. So we have legs already as a separate object, and then the mesh of the armchair is separate. So I'll bring in the library again and let's go to the leather. Let's apply this genuine gray leather. Say click, drag and drop here. Okay, so we'll rename this to the armchair. Fine. And okay, so click and drag and drop. Same thing for the stitching detail. Now what I would like to do is, I would like to control this with the UVW map. Okay, but before doing this I need to disable some of the attributes, and that is the triplanar. So click this, and I want to remove the triplanar. This is just a normal texture that they have applied, normal gray, but basically what they are doing is they're bringing in the effect from the bump here. They're using this texture. Let me show you. View image. This is where the stuff is happening. Fine. So what I have to do is bring this out of the triplanar. So easiest way is to click and drag and drop onto this button here and just say instance. So now it is referring to this bitmap. So the triplanar is no longer doing any tricks. Okay, and same thing here, click and drag on the triplanar instance, so it's only the bitmap. And what bitmap is this? Okay, so that is the glossiness. Fine, same thing we will do for the normal map. So go inside the triplanar, click and drag and drop on the triplanar instance. Fine, now you can see it in the preview as well. And the way I would like to adjust it, just click on show. So this is showing me this map. Fine, so what I would like to do is adjust it in real time, the value of my texture here. So let's say 1, that's too big, we can reduce it, maybe 0.6, 0.6, yeah, maybe 0.5. Fine, okay, same thing we will do, just copy this to the stitching. Okay, paste. So it's applied, and now here what I can do is, let's make this back to the gray tone, but I would like to change the color of this leather. So let's come and change the leather to something like this. Let's see. Okay, fine. Now for the legs, let's try the same wood and then give it a UVW map box, and let's apply one. Why we don't see it? The reason we don't see it, maybe I need to reset the X form. So what I can do is detach it and come in here, go to reset X form, reset selected. Let's see if it has any effect. Yeah, so just right click, collapse to. Now if I apply UVW modifier and apply the same value 111, and we remember that was 0.25. So let's adjust the positioning, maybe y-axis, maybe x-axis, and let's adjust the rotation of the UVW map. This is the one. Okay, let's select this gizmo E and rotate it 45. 45. I was looking here when I was rotating. Okay, so I rotated it to 45 and maybe just a little bit more. And then what I would do personally is to do it separately, so I can have this grains following the direction of the leg. Editable poly, select the faces, polygon, and then while this is selected, I can come in here and then let's press F2. F2, it's not working, so that I can see. So F2 is not working sometime. Anyways, so what we need to do is click so that I can adjust the gizmo and then rotate it. So now as you can see it is following. Yeah, so the same thing I can apply for this side. Editable poly, invert the selection and delete that, the other part. Okay, now if I go to the local view, oh, it is not going to work because it is outside the thing. Close the group, attach this back to the group, and rotate this. The right click, make it 0. Okay, so now what I can do is mirror this on the other side. Symmetry, enter, and mirror this on the other side. Before I do it, let me collapse this to editable poly, come here and say detach it again, once again detach, and so that I can apply the reset X form. You cannot apply it when it is inside the group, so you have to detach it or just delete the group and regroup it. So reset selected. So it is very important to collapse this, reset the X form, and now if I apply the symmetry, so symmetry is perfectly fine. Okay, and then this part here I can apply this black thing. Okay, so let's close the group, and this one let's attach it. I've given a shortcut. If you can give a shortcut that is easy for you. So now this is all in one group. Okay, so let's exit the isolation and let's rotate this back to where it was, 135. Bring this away from the lamp just a little bit. Fine. So what else is remaining? What else is remaining? Okay, let's go for the floor lamp. Exit the go to the isolation. This one I will apply the brass finish, the one that we have. Apply the brass finish, and the same thing I will do for the base here. This okay, this one again I will apply the same brass, but here this is the one that is going to emit the light. The way I will be working on this, I will apply this gray finish. Let's rename it to shade. Enter and apply it. What I will do is just apply a 0.5 value here. Okay, it's auto saving. I will cancel it, but you should always go for let the auto save complete the process. So 0.5. Okay, so when I put the light inside, it will also show the effect through the shade. Okay, and that's it. We'll close this. So this is done. Let's go for this wall deco thing. Isolation, perspective. This one is having, actually I have selected 3 texture for this, so I will apply it. I've already prepared it so that we don't waste time. Okay, so we'll just rename it to the wall decoration thing. Select Corona bitmap, and this is the one. Let's go for 1 apply it and apply the UVW map, show it in viewport, and let's adjust this so that the black covers the side as well. Okay, so let me increase the value. Yeah, okay, good. So the same thing I will be doing for this one. Now what I need to do is, let's come back to the first one. I will apply a wood finish for this. UVW map, let's give it the value 1 maybe 0.25, 0.2. Fine. And then for this one, this ribbon, I'm going to give it a new finish. Let's give it a different color, a little bit shinier, and then let's increase the shine. Let's give it the value number 2. Okay, same thing here. Okay, so that's about it. Let's exit. Okay, what else is remaining? So I can apply the wood finish to the skirting. Okay, so I'll apply the same wood finish and paste. Let's select box. Let's exit the isolation. Oh, sorry, enter the isolation. Let's change and see the direction that we want. Make it 0.2, and let's adjust and let's see which direction. Yeah, fine. So this is running along the horizontal direction. Fine. So now what else is remaining? This one I can give a finish, or how about if I apply the wood here? Okay, let's apply the wood. 0.2 Z, that X is okay, fine. Let's apply the finish for the curtain. So curtain, I go to the isolation. So this is the curtain and this is going to be the shear. So let's apply the curtain. Oh, sorry, Corona bitmap, and select this curtain. Okay, so if I show in the viewport and apply the UVW map, okay, same thing goes for this. And for the shear, what we can do is create the shear material, apply it, and let's come to the opacity, and let's go to the general and let's select fall off. Fall off. Okay, so let's apply it. It's already applied. Fine, we will adjust when we do the rendering. Fine. Okay, so the remaining part is the walls and the flooring. Let's do one for the flooring. Okay, let's open up our library and go to the wood. Let's take a look for the flooring. Okay, we have a flooring section. And which one is this? Okay, so let's try this. Drag and drop, wait for it, and click to apply. So we can play with the UV mapping. Let's say 1 1. Let's isolate with the carpet and see what is happening. First, analyze the material. So what we have here is this image. Okay, let's apply the value 30 by 30. Okay, let's say 100 by 100, and let's keep adjusting it. Okay, so we have this real world size thing going on. Let's uncheck that, make it 1 1, and then let's come here and make it 30 by 30, or maybe make it 100. Okay, so this is the flooring. Let me adjust the same thing. If there's any other map that requires the same adjustment, and just make it 1. Okay, let's check here. Sorry, let's check this one. Okay, this is already changed. This is also changed because this is, you can see this is already an instance. Okay, let's come back, let's come to the bump section and let's check. So this is instance, so this is also adjusted automatically. This one we need to adjust. Okay, so now we can exit the isolation. Let's apply the white finish for the walls and the ceiling. Okay, let's just apply a whiter tone. Same thing for the column. And now what is remaining is the bed. Okay, so right click. Oh, let me close the group. Is this not part of the group? Okay, so I never grouped it. Fine, I'll select from the top view. Okay, so let's select this and then alt click, alt drag, deselect anything that is not part of the bed and just group it. Okay, no need to isolate again. Fine. So I need a metal, so let's bring in the metal. Let's grab this metal. And apply it. Okay, so let me reduce it so we have more of this effect. This one I would be giving leather. So let's copy this leather. Where is the leather? This is the leather. So let's just copy and drop. So this is going to be for the bed. For the bed. Fine. And we will change the color. We will change the color to white or grayish. Where is it? This is the one. Just apply it. We can give UV map. But first, in order to see, we need to show this one. Let's say show in viewport and then adjust it. Yeah, maybe increase it. 50-50. Okay, so let's copy this and select this, so that's easy and fast. So apply and right click, paste, and we can do the same thing. Right click, paste, same thing, right click, paste. Okay, this one will be just plain white. Yeah, and then this one is going to be maybe dark brownish thing color, dark brownish, reddish, tonish, something like that. And then we can increase something like this, and then increase the amount here. Click OK, apply it. Fine, let's close it. Okay, so what do we have here is the side table lamp. Okay, so what I need to do is, this is all one piece. Let's try the element if this is separate. Okay, so let me detach it. So this one will be marble. I will apply marble to this, and this is going to be our brass. Sorry, where is detach? Detach. And then this I can just give a different shading. This one also a little bit different. Okay, so this one is going to be the brass. There's the brass finish. This is going to be marble. Let's get it from our collection. Okay, for the marble I can go to stone and then scroll down. The black one, I need the white marbles. This is the one. Okay, so just click and drag and drop, and drag and drop again. Let's apply the UVW modifier, and let's apply the value, and let's adjust the value even further, or let's select this and click scale, something like this. Okay, this one I will apply. Let's make the pivot point center to the object. So this one again, the way I will be doing it is apply the same shade. Okay, and then we will install a light inside. So let's select these three objects and group it. Okay, and then this one I will duplicate on the other side. Okay, let's delete it, but I will duplicate it later on. Okay, later on. Hello everyone. So finally we will begin the fun part. We will be doing the lighting. So we will illuminate this entire scene, and let's see how it goes. So the first thing is this is not going to be confusing or messing up with a lot of values to adjust. Very simple, straightforward, easy. All right, so the first thing I would like to bring, this is the good thing about Corona. Okay, the Corona renderer. So the first thing I would like to do is bring in my sunlight. Okay, this is a daytime scene, so I will go to my top view, F3, and from the toolbar here that says add Corona sun, click, and then let's say click and drag. And when you let go of your mouse, it's trying to adjust the height of the sun. So let's just pick something here, right click, and let's go to the front view, and then let's adjust it, just adjust it a little bit. Now if I go to my camera view and let's add, click on this add Corona sky environment, just click this, say yes, fine. Let's start rendering and then let's see how it goes. Alright, so I will use this interactive rendering. Okay, click interactive rendering. Nothing is coming. Strange. So I think there is a mistake. Okay, so I checked it. So this is a mistake. And what we did is we forgot to put material to our glazing. So it's blocking the light. Okay. So let's give a material. You can give a material, glass material, let's say reflection and refraction. This is just for the glass. Give a name, glass. Sorry, we missed it. Okay. And the frame, what finish should I give? Let me try this for now. Now let's try our interactive rendering. Hopefully, okay, cool. So this is already looking very good. Best part of Corona, see? So now what we can do is we can start to adjust. As you can see, this is burning over here. Let's try to increase the value. Let's give it 10. That's much better. And this is already rendering, as you can see, this smiley face rotating. So let me select my sunlight. Okay, I'll close this. Where is my sunlight? So select this and I will give it a name, sun. Yeah, that's very creative. So the reason I did it, so I can easily access it by just clicking sun, and then I can adjust the value. So let's start our interactive rendering and let's play with the intensity. Intensity is fine. Let's add in, let's soften the shadow. So if we increase the size, let's see the effect. Yeah, it's much better now. And one more thing we can try to do is adjust the positioning of the sunlight to see which direction is giving us the good result. Okay, so let me close this for now. And what I would like to do is Alt W, so we are in this 4 views. So if I select the sun, from here I would like to adjust and see the rendering changes. So the way we can do this is lock, okay, this, okay, click this, right click here. So this is saying our camera name, so we can just lock it. Now if I am in this view and start rendering, it will still consider the camera view for rendering. Okay, now if I change the position of the sun, and let's see which direction we like. Maybe this side. Okay, so if I just press right click, so it will stick to the original position. Fine, this is fine. So if we adjust the height, let's see what happens. And if you go down further, so it's like we are setting the sun, so you get more light coming in. That's to your personal liking, how you want. If you like this, yeah, so let's keep it to where it was before. Now the next part is, as you can see, let me just do a, as you can see, we don't see a clear indication where the ceiling ends, where the wall meets the ceiling. So for that we can use the help of ambient occlusion, but we will do that. The way we will do it is, we'll go to the render elements and add it. Add. Oh, I have added already, so let me delete it. So I will add this again. Add texture, CT text map, and come down, scroll down, texture map. So click on this and we can select from the Corona AO. Double click it. Where is it? Yeah, so open your material editor. Okay, and then just click and drag. I had it already, but I'm doing it again. Click OK. Now I need to adjust the value. Let's say 5. Number 5. Okay, so if I do render again, interactive render, and let's come over here. Click this and click on texture map. Now you can see the results. So if I increase the value, let's say 10, it will increase the range. If I say 30, yeah. If you really need fine line, maybe you can just enter 1. Something like that. Okay. So just keeping it a little bit less. Okay, we can go with number 5, and then that we can use this in photo editing program to enhance this. But now what we need to do is, so this is our render. As you can see, it's already looking good. Let me do a render and I will show it to you. Okay, so before I do that, let me bring up the setting. Very simple. This one, if I make it noise, yeah, if you reduce it, the more you reduce, the more better. But anyways, I'll just keep it 3 for now. And we have a denoiser, so just select this and say high quality. That's it. And I can put it to render, and then let's see the result after a little while. Okay, click render. Okay, so the rendering is finished, and the only thing I forgot was to copy the side lamp to the other side. So that's all I did, is copied, and then I did the rendering. That's the only thing I forgot to do, but now it's done and the render is finished. So this is what we get. And so now I will take it to the photo editing. So click copy, Control C, or just click copy. So I'll come here and I will paste it. Okay, so this is pasted. This is just the copy of Photoshop. You can still use the feature that I will be using. So let's click the beauty here and then change this to CET texture map, and this is to get the ambient occlusion. So again, copy, and then we will paste it, Control V. Okay, so now we have this layer for the ambient occlusion and the render itself. Fine, so what I will do now, turn this off and then duplicate this layer. Duplicate, so just I don't mess with the original. So the first thing I will do is go to filter, sharpen and unsharp mask, and change the value to 40 and 10. Okay, just to enhance it, so you can see the difference. If I turn this off and on, there's a slight difference there. Now I can turn on my ambient occlusion layer, and let's change this to from normal to multiply. Now you can see it's very dark, so reduce this to, let's say 20 or maybe 15, something like this. So this is the result. So hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. If you like it, hit the like button and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye. Yes, the night has come and we have to eliminate our daytime lighting. Alright, we have to get rid of our sunlight, and yes, the way we do it, you hit that subscribe button and with the bell icon, and the tip is the rendering is going to be awesome. The rendering needs to be awesome, that we need to work on the technique, the nighttime lighting. By the end of the video you will be able to use these techniques. So the first thing, if we enable the interactive rendering, as you can see we have the sunlight on, so just select the sun. All we need to do is, and let's bring it down, the height, this is the height, let's say -7, and then we press 8 on the keyboard, and then let's turn this off. All right, so this is dark. Now we will bring in our own lights to illuminate the scene. Okay, so this is like our beginning point. Fine, let's close this, and we start turning on our lamp, side table lamp. Just click and then click and drag. Let's make this sphere, and maybe let's give the value 2. The first thing I would like to do is, no matter where this position is, Alt A and click on the sphere here, and just check all of these and press OK. Center, press OK. So let's bring in our interactive. So this is how the result is. Let's increase the intensity 100. What I would like to do is just shift drag to copy and select instance, and I will do the same thing, Alt A and click. All of these are checked, click OK. So now I have the lamp done. Let me bring in the spotlights, the ceiling spotlights. Okay, so the way I will do it, I'll go to the top view and then select my corona light, and let's change this back to rectangle. Click and drag. So I will give the value, let's say 15 by 15 centimeter. Okay, and then I'll position it somewhere here, and let's give it the warm color, let's say 4000. or 45500, 4500. Fine, I think I will do the same thing here. Let's give the value warm value. Okay, so the first thing I will do is go to my front view to adjust the height, somewhere here. So the height is good, so let me copy it somewhere here, instance, and then select both of these and then copy it down somewhere here, instance. Fine. Now go back to the camera view and let's turn on the interactive rendering and see the result. Whoa. Okay, the very first thing what I would like to do is, can you see this? Select the light and let's turn off the direct visibility. What I would do is turn off all of these. Okay, so we will bring in the spotlight that is visible just for the visibility purpose. Okay, this is to illuminate the scene. Fine. Now I think I need to bring in the light for the floor lamp. Okay, so what I can do is, if you go and select light, so you can easily select light, and what I can do is increase this gizmo, so we can easily select the light as well. Okay, so just shift, click and drag, don't make it instance, and now I will press Alt A and click, let me bring this back to all, and then click the shade, and then all is checked, center, click OK. So now this is in the center. Let's turn on our interactive lighting and see the result. If I just want to focus in this area, click and drag and change the value. Let's increase the intensity, maybe 140, maybe 300. Let's click this away. When we click the spotlight here, there's one setting that will change the look and feel of the entire scene. So if we come over here and adjust this directionality, now this is the value that I would like to enter, 0.5. Now see the difference. Can you see here how the sofa with the shadows and the light hitting, it's looking cool. Okay, so this is already looking very good. Now here's the cool part. Let's turn on bloom and glare. Click this. Can you see the effect? It's showing a little bit glow. Let me just enter the value 5. See the glow here, and a nice subtle glow over here. It's looking very nice. So the remaining part is to add the visible spotlight for the ceiling. So let's do it. I will create a simple circle. So we'll go to the top view, come here, control right click, circle, click extrude, and then we can give a value, let's say 2. Isolate, click this, and we can inset it. Okay, I can detach this. Okay, detach, maybe a different shade, something different, and then click create new, select light material, corona light material, and then click apply. Let's make it material color. Now we can see it. So if we increase the intensity, let's say maybe 5, you can see the result. But what I would like to do is turn off the emit light. We don't want this to illuminate the scene. Turn this off. So this intensity will help us with the glow part. Okay. I can just apply a white finish or something and then select group it. Group. Take this and stick it to the ceiling like this. And we will adjust the position as per our camera. Let's turn this on. Interactive. Yeah, as you can see. So it's giving us that glow effect. Alright. And we can actually make it warmer. Something warmer. So that will do the trick. That's how you get your nighttime lighting done. Okay. Thank you very much for watching, and do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, and that bell icon thing. And see you next time.